Hey guys, and in this episode, we are going to get into reading tarot, how to read tarot, how to psychically tune in, and I'm going to explain the easiest way to learn all of these cards in just 10 minutes. I promise it's so much easier than you would think. So if you're not already, follow along because I'm going to be posting many different tutorials on how to open up your third eye, how to get psychic messages. You're not going to want to miss any of the videos. But let's start at the basics. We have to start at the beginning. You need a tarot deck to read tarot. Okay. So, yes, the magic of tarot starts at the very beginning, which is getting your deck, okay? You know what it reminds me of? This reminds me of Harry Potter. I'm sure most of you have seen Harry Potter where they have to get a wand, right? You can't be a witch without a wand, just like, you need your tarot deck to read tarot. And just like in the movie, the wand has to choose you, right? You have to be a compatible match. And that's the same with your tarot. Don't just go buy any old deck. I mean, you can, but there is something to it on picking out a deck that you feel drawn to. Okay, you're going to read better from that deck. Now, you're probably thinking, okay, where do I even begin? Well, there is the old saying that your first tarot deck should be gifted to you, and that is your tarot deck's way of finding you. I don't think that that is necessarily true. I think certain people who maybe don't believe that they can read tarot, that is how their deck finds them, because the universe has to give them a real hard nudge to do it. But for some of you, you're very intuitive and you know that this is something that you can do and want to do. So therefore, it doesn't really matter if it's gifted to you because you already have that draw within yourself. The deck is probably drawing you and you hear the call of your deck. And so it's okay if you want to buy your own deck, okay? Now, there are so many decks to pick from, okay? The most basic deck that you can get to start with is the Rider-Waite deck, okay? That is what I have here. I mean, it's not the traditional because it is gold, but this is the Rider-Waite deck, okay? I have many decks that I like to use that I've made myself, which if you see a custom deck that's different than the traditional, and that's what's calling to you, then get that deck. You do not have to start with a basic deck, okay? Because if you're psychic, you don't need this anyway, okay? This is just a tool. So, first and foremost, you've received your first deck. In any way it happens. Maybe you're at a psychic fair and there's a stack of decks and one of them is calling to you. It should feel kind of magnetic, okay? We all feel energy differently. So for some of you guys, it'll feel that pull, like a magnet drawing you to it. For some of you guys, you can use your hands and one of the decks might feel kind of warm, or you might feel like a tingling sensation in your hands when you place your hands over each different deck, okay? Maybe some of you guys just have a knowing, claircognizance. Maybe your psychic abilities are strong and you just know that is your deck, okay? And maybe you're just looking online and there's something that speaks to you about a deck and you're like, I love that deck, has this aspect in it. That aspect reflects my personality, so I want that deck, okay? There are many different ways that you can feel drawn to a deck. Trust the one that you receive and go with it, okay? So, that's step one. Get yourself a tarot deck. Step number two, clean your deck. You gotta cleanse the energy of your deck, right? These decks, they've been around so many different energy sources. They've been in the warehouse. They've been, with your other people who've looked at the decks. They've been with the delivery boy, right? Lots of different energy. You want this deck to have just your energy on it. So you're gonna take your deck out of the package, okay? Just like how I have here. And I'm gonna tell you some different ways that you can clean your deck. You're gonna wanna do this before you start reading. Do not read your deck before you clean it, okay? I mean, nothing bad's gonna happen, but if you just want the best experience, this is what I recommend. So the first thing you can do is you can get selenite. Selenite is a type of crystal, okay? And what you can do is you can just set that crystal on top of your deck. Anytime that you're not reading your deck, you can just leave that selenite crystal on top of your deck, okay? That is a great way to clean the deck. It's easy. It's something that I never put my decks back in the packaging anyway, because I read so often. So I like to just keep them out on my desk with, the selenite crystal on top of them. Okay, that's one way to do it. Another way to do it is with the moon. Yeah. So you can set your deck at nighttime. You can set it on the windowsill, right? It doesn't have to be outside. Just in a place in your house where the moonlight can hit the deck. And this can be a new moon or a full moon. Okay? It depends on what energy you're going for. Okay? If you want to clean your deck under a new moon, that's going to help bring in new beginnings. So if this is the first time you're ever reading tarot, perhaps you want to clean it under a new moon. Full moons have to do with bringing things to the light, bringing things to the surface, uncovering the truth. So if you're using your deck to get down to business and try to figure out some things, perhaps you want to clean your deck under a full moon. Okay? There's a third way to do it. And you can clean your deck using smoke. Okay? Sage is a very popular one, Palo Santo. Now, I know that there are people that say it's a closed practice and you're not supposed to use that, but I say follow your intuition. If your intuition is like that, it has to be that, then go with it. But you can use any type of smoke to clean your deck. You just light it. You can use incense. You light it and you just kind of circle around it. Okay? Now, there's a fourth way. This is probably the easiest way. You just knock on your deck. Okay? You just hold it up. 2 knocks, just like that, and you've cleaned your deck. It's that simple, okay? So this is the most easy one to do when you're reading a bunch of people, because who has time to do a smoke ritual if you have many, many readings to do, right? So a simple knock cleans the energy, and then also shuffling it. Shuffle your deck, knock it, and there you go. So now we've got a clean deck. This deck that was called to you, it's clean and it's ready to start reading. So what do we do next? Okay, let's get into that. So when reading your tarot deck, it's important to know that the answers you're seeking aren't really coming from these cards. They're not. They're coming from within yourself. The cards, these are just a tool to tap into the energy that's already within your body, okay? So what you need to do before you start reading is you need to make sure you're energetically set to receive the messages. You need to make sure that your mind and your ego is not coming into play. You got to make sure what you have going on in your own life isn't coming into play when reading someone else. You have to make sure your own judgment is not coming into play. That, when I teach other people how to read tarot, the judgment is the hardest part I see for a lot of people, okay? Just because you think something's wrong does not mean you have the right to tell your sitter that it's wrong, because you don't know that their soul path picked that for a lesson to learn, okay? So for example, let's say that, someone reaches out and they want a reading and they say, hey, I'm with this person who's cheated on me 3 times. Should I stay in the relationship? Your judgment and your ego is going to say, no, they've cheated on you 3 times. Leave. But guess what? That's your mind. That's your human brain. And maybe spirit would tell them to leave, but spirit's going to channel the message in a different way, in a way that they need to hear, because spirit knows how they need to hear that. So you need to make sure that you're flushing judgment away. There is no judgment. If you're a judgmental person, then perhaps this is not the line of work that you want to do, okay? You need to be able to hold a space, a neutral space, where anyone can tell you their deepest, darkest secret, so that you can tune into spirit and give them the most genuine, authentic answer from their spirit guides and from their angels. So you really have to work on being completely neutral and completely unjudgmental, okay? Very important. So after saying all that, you need to kind of get into your space. So you can do this in many different ways. You need to make sure all the outside clutter and noise is turned off. So TVs in other rooms, music, shut the window so that if somebody goes outside and decides to start leaf blowing, it's not going to interrupt your flow, okay? Maybe even it helps to kind of light a candle to just kind of help calm yourself. You can definitely listen to different frequencies, not music, but frequencies. I really like listening to 528 hertz. You can listen to that for free on YouTube. But this is just this time of meditation, and it doesn't have to be a long meditation, but it's just to where you feel neutral, you feel relaxed, you feel in your body, okay? I'm going to get into more on, there's so much to talk about. We haven't even got into reading tarot yet. This is just the prep work. So make sure to follow me. I'm going to post another part to this so that you can get the information. But of course, this was the most important part, because how can we read tarot without being prepared? Now you've prepared yourself. Now you're ready to read. Let's go to part 2.